Shalom, shalom. Call halal, Yahweh by Shem Shai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops, double salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathens that look like the heathens. And to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say shalom. This is your brother Malcolm in part two of the previous lesson. I really don't have a title for it yet. But I'm to the point where I'm reading about the people of Europe, because what you have to understand, Alexander of Macedonia, which you can catch that in the first episode if you missed it, the so-called white man, took over Europe. With the fall of Rome, the Rome went from being the pagan Roman Empire to the Holy Roman Empire. Rome was taken over by so-called Negroes. Negroes occupied all of Europe, and this letter that I'm going to read from Benjamin Franklin solidifies when we make that claim, because it's true. All right. You had a people called the Huguenots. All right. That's what they when Spain and Portugal fell. All right. And they fled there. Some went into slavery. Some came to the Americas. They went out. Some went into Africa. All right. Some came over here and actually ended up help setting up the 13 colonies originally. All right. But nevertheless, and they made up crypto Jews, secret Jews, Moors, and what the world calls Morenos. Okay. And they were all dark complected people. And so the people of the Japhetic people who once lived and ruled all throughout Europe have been driven out, intermingled, mixed, sold into slavery, and driven out of their homelands. Most of them went to the islands of the Pacific. All right. But let us read in this observation concerning the increase of mankind, 1751. And it's like a long letter that Benjamin Franklin wrote. All right. So I'm going to go toward the end of it. And then I'm going to try to bring it to, I'm going to start at the second to last paragraph. All right. And it reads, and since departments of the English from Britain sent to America, we have their places at home so soon to supply the increase so largely here, why should the Palatine Boers be suffered to swarm into the settlements, and the herding together establish their language and their manners and their manners to the exclusion of ours? We should, Pennsylvania, founded by the English, all right, become a colony of, why should the Pennsylvania founded by the English, all right, become a colony of aliens who will shortly be so numerous as to Germanize us instead of us Anglifying them. So he's admitting that the people in Germany were dark. All right. And I'm going to prove that in a second as I keep reading. All right. And then he's lying because they're not the Anglo-Saxons. They're not the angelic sons of Isaac. That's a lie. All right. But it says, and will never adopt our language or our customs any more than they can acquire our complexion. So what does that tell you? Well, we know what Benjamin Franklin looks like. What he's telling you, that the Germans didn't look like that. They didn't have his complexion. They had more like the complexion that you're looking at on the screen, and we're going to prove it in his own writings. Why is this never taught in school? Okay. This is paragraph 24, which leads me to add one remark. The number of purely white people in the world is proportionally very small. All of Africa is black or tawny. All right. Asia is chiefly tawny. All right. America exclusive of the newcomers, wholly so. He just told you that all of America was black or tawny. The natives were dark like the images you see on the screen. All right? They got lightened up over rape, robbery, and murder over the centuries. Okay? These are the words of Benjamin Franklin, one of your great American heroes. Okay? And in Europe, the Spaniards and Italians, the French, the Russians, and the Swedes are generally of what we call swarthy complexion. All right? As are the Germans, also the Saxons only accepted. So he's lying. So he's telling us the Germans were dark and the Saxons, well, guess what? The Anglo-Saxons were dark too. Because they were now claiming that heritage. Okay? It says, who with the French make the principal body of white people on the face of the earth. I can wish their numbers were increased. And while we are, as I may call it, scouring our planet by clearing America of woods and so making the side of the globe reflect the brighter light to the eyes of the inhabitants in Mars or Venus, why should we, in the sight of the superior beings, darken its people? Why increase the sons of Africa by planting them in America? Because they weren't Africans, the people that were in Europe, the dark people in Europe. They were not Africans, they were Israelites. All right? He's admitting that dark, in all the places, Russia, Germany, and all throughout Europe, the Spaniards, the Italians, they were all dark. If you look at the book Nature Knows No Color Line, as a matter of fact, let me grab it. Let's grab it. And others too. I also have, what's this one called? Right, Sex and Race. Kind of show you in this one too. Bring it over, I may or may not use it. But in Nature Knows No Color Line, this cuts them so bad. This book. You have to go back and reread these books. You know. Let's look at this. Ancient Greeks. These are the Greeks during the time of the around 400 BC, during the time of the Spartans. Why? Because Jake had taken over. That image right there is showing you how Greeks went from being dark flesh to pale people. That's what that relic it represents. Also in this book, Nature Knows No Color Line, it begins to show you the coats of arms. All right? The coats of arms is all the places he just mentioned. All right? See, and this, so these are Anglo-Saxons here. It's not showing them as pale. See, he's a liar. Okay? And some of these coats of arms are still around if you look for them. But here's some more. Coats of arms. Here we go. He just talked about these people. Coats of arms of French, Dutch, Belgium families with their names. Those are the coats of arms of the Negro royalties that were royal families that were all throughout Europe. All right? That's why the current people that are there, they proclaim themselves the new royalty. You see? So we've been lied to about everything. All right? Because he didn't mention any of this in his Hebrews to Negroes. All right? But we, the real teachers of Israel, we've been telling you all along. All right? French, Italian, Spanish families matching up perfectly with the letter that was written by Benjamin Franklin. Okay? So now that we've done that, that was actually enough on that. Let us now go to these definitions. He said swarthy, that Europe, these people were swarthy. So let's look, and tawny. All right, so we're going to look up swarthy. Here's the definition. All right, from the same said book, the Winston Simplified. Let's bring it into focus so you can screenshot it and put it in your phone. Swarthy. All right, dark black or of darkest dusky color, dark skinned, swarthiness. King James, as a matter of fact, the Scots were referred to as the swarthy hordes of Scott. All right, of Scotland, the swarthy hordes of Scotland. All right, so, you know, this man lies. So now let's look up tawny, because he told you that all of America was swarthy or tawny. All right. Damn it, Salakia. Put it down. I'll jack the camera up. Salakia. Book kind of slipped out my hand and bumped the camera. There we go. All right. Here we go. Tawny. Let's bring that into focus. Let me not knock the camera over this time. Come on now. It's nothing but Satan, boy. There it is. Tawny. Tan. All right. You see that? The tan color. Yellowish brown. It's brown. A light skin. I'm kind of tawny. Yellowish brown. All right. Hold on. It said go. Let's go to tan. Because it said, you know, so let's go to tan and see what tan says. All right. The bark of an oak, willow, hamlet, chestnut, or other trees containing tannic. All right. Broken. Oh, there we go. Number 3. Brown color given to skin. All right. So he said of the whole of America and all of Europe. So when we tell you that Negroes were ruling all of Europe, they were until Esau took it all over. So all those people in Lithuania, Poland, you know, and all those Eastern European places, the people in Scotland and Ireland, you know, and in Britain, Belarus, they came in all after the fact. That was the rise of Esau Edom during the Renaissance. He got back control over. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. It was his time to rule, and now his time is up. All right. And the last thing we need is men like this who actually work for Esau Edom. Okay. He even looked like he's saying a duh. Damn D. You know, putting out these false doctrines that benefit Esau Edom, trying to hide behind that Japhetic lie. All right. So with that, you know, I hope this was an edifying lesson. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Awashai Bashim Rakak Wadash. Wa Abba Kwam Yasrala Shalom.